If there's an issue with AV, fix it the night before. If you can't figure it out within an hour, call you and pay him to come over here and get this fixed. No. It's like, no, that's not my job. I don't want to do that. Ugh. These people, unbelievable. I'm irritated. All right, so welcome, Maria.
Hello, why isn't this going to the next thing? Oh, okay. So my video not gonna play. Okay, all right, whatever. I'm just gonna start. I'm over this singing stuff. Hey guys, okay. Same system, thank you. Hello. All right, welcome back to day 2. Y'all, everything and its mama was trying to stop us from doing day 2 at this summit, but we are not gonna do it, okay? We're not gonna give in, okay? We're gonna be focused. Okay, y'all, so I don't know what was going on this morning, but we are figuring it out in real time. Also, if you have a friend who should be at this event, please just share with them the Zoom link. So you can just send them the Zoom link and they can just go on ahead and join. So we're gonna do our introduction. How many of you, it's your first time here, like you were not here yesterday? If this is your first day, comment 1. If this is your second day, comment 2. And so I don't know if you all realize it, but when you don't learn to sell, it is the same as you leading all of these clients and all of the people in your community that you care about down to work with somebody less qualified, down to work with somebody that could harm them, down to work with somebody who just has better marketing. Maybe they're louder, but they are not more skilled. And if that doesn't make you want to sell your butt off, I don't know what will. So when I was the kind of person that was flaky, when I was the kind of person that didn't invest in my business, when I was the kind of person that would start something and then stop something, I could never close clients on the phone. And I couldn't figure out why, because I'm like, man, I had a sales career, I did sales for other people. And it was like, oh, you can't close nobody because you can't close yourself. The hardest sell you'll ever make is yourself. You're always giving money objections when you could do it. You're always saying what you can't do. You don't never trust nothing. You think everything's a scam. I mean, this is how I was. I was like, I don't want to do that. That's a scam. I thought everything was a scam. I always had doubt. I was always skeptical of everything. Never believed anything could work. Always believed the bad. Never believed the good. I would always say, oh, I don't have time for this. I don't have time for that. And so whenever a client would say it, all I could do is be like, okay, well, I think you should really do this though. I didn't have any experience talking myself through that same feeling. So it was so incredibly hard for me to talk someone else through it. And so what happens is if you can't lead yourself well, of course you have a small business, because how you gonna lead somebody else through the same pain that you can't lead yourself through? You with you every day. And if you don't trust you enough to overcome some of these objections, let me not say you, because I'm sure this doesn't relate to any of y'all. I'm sure all of y'all, don't be having these issues. I'm sure y'all have your priorities 100. For me, because I couldn't lead myself through it, I wasn't even prepared to steward the business that I have now. Thank God I didn't have all the clients then that I had now. How many of y'all would be like, yeah, Ashley, we would love to work with you. You flake every day. How many of y'all are like, yes, please sell to me because you don't always show up for yourself? Most of you are here because you saw an ad, you saw a post, and then you went on YouTube and was like, dang, this girl's been consistent for like 8 years. She's been doing the same thing, saying the same thing. I can show you so much consistency. So it's easy to trust someone who's consistent, but when you're not consistent, when you don't break down brick walls to get to your goals, when everything makes you stop, then it's very hard for you to lead someone else through these objections. And it's the exact same thing for your corporate clients. Oh, I'm so ready for this day to be over. I'm about to pack. All right, what what do I say? Is this day 2? Day 2 is going. This launch is just, I don't love it for me, but it's okay. It's getting better by the minute. Hey, that's a better way to do it. It's getting better by the minute. This launch is getting better by the minute. It really is too. Y'all, it's day 2 of the summit. I am excited because now I get to go hang out with my friends at a conference. We're going to the TSP conference, and I love that for me. I'm so excited to hang out with my friends. The summit, this launch did not do as well as our last launch, and I don't love that for me, but I will say I knew that that was coming based on the numbers. And well, let me say this. The launch is not over. So it could still ramp up. People could still make it do what it do. However, preliminary results are showing that and this is why tracking is so important. So we don't just track what we do finally. We track, hey, on day 1, how far are we behind in sales from where we were day 1 of the last launch? And so on day 1, we are 15 sales behind where we were from the last launch. So we already knew that was happening. Even when we were looking at how many people did VIP and Platinum leading up to this launch, it was the same thing. The other big thing is we changed the day. So typically we do Thursday, Friday. This time we did Monday, Tuesday, only because I had another event. Now, how do I feel about this? Like, am I disappointed? I'm kind of emotionally prepared for it because I track my data every day, but we spent 60 on ads and we're like 1 sale away from getting double that back. So we still were able to 2x our investment, which is okay. We were 4xing our investment the last launch. So we really want to be at like 3xing our investment. So from now to next Monday, we need to make sure that we can, just keep growing that investment. So that's something that's really important to us. I'm going to run a small ad spend. Like, I'm going to do the math on it. It shouldn't be more than maybe 200 a day, if that, for the next like 5 or 6 days. A small ad spend just to remind people that the sale is still open. So that normally brings in a few more sales as well. So I'm gonna set that up before I go play with my friends. So there's that. So we still doubled our investment. So like, it's one of those things. Would I spend 60,000 to make 120,000? Yes. But would I love it more if I spent 60,000 and made 350,000? Yes. Like, I'd love that more. And of course there's expenses, and that includes a lot of our expenses. But yeah, like I'm disappointed, I guess, in the fact that like there were some issues that I could not figure out how to resolve. And I hired the consultants and they could not help me figure out the specific issues that we need to fix. Like email deliverability, we've hired 3 email deliverability consultants, no fix yet. Our Kartra was misreporting, and I don't know why. I think it's like a pixel issue or something. So we have a few consultants on our team and they just weren't able to fix that. So the conference I'm going to, I'm excited because I think there may be someone there that can help me fix this issue. And I'm just literally gonna like get on the mic and be like, hey, well, help me fix this issue. I'll be in the lobby with my laptop. Because people always wanna talk to me at these conferences. And I'm like, yeah, talk to me. But if you fix ads, skip the line. Talk to me in this laptop. So that's what I'm gonna be doing there. The team did a great job. They always do a great job. Oh, there was an issue with audio. So that sucks too, because then now the audio that I get from this conference won't be as clear as the audio that I would use for like recaps and things like that. So they got to fix that, but that's a small fix. But that does, so if the audio is clear, more people stay on. If the audio is fuzzy, more people leave off. And I don't think we saw a drop off, probably about 100 people. And you never know exactly why, but that's something too, is like people were saying like, oh, I can't hear, the audio went out, da 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 da. So there's that. The other thing is, and I may test this in July, we do the summit again, but it's not free. We make everybody pay for it. And that is something I've been figuring out, is like, would we do that? And if so, what would we make the general admission be? And we may do like a 27 VIP, 97 Platinum, 347, something like that. And we just go from there and see if that helps. And we run the same ad spend, but we make everybody pay. So we get less leads, but they should be a higher quality lead. And if that converts, then, that could really work. Because there's some people that just, whenever you do a free event, you always have a large group of people who are just free people. Like they only do free stuff. And I'm the exact opposite. If I see something free without like VIP or Platinum, I'm just like, oh, it's not for me, because they don't have VIP and Platinum. But that's an identity thing. It's all about how you see yourself. So I wonder how that would really affect things. But I think I'm willing to try it. Because we also see a higher open rate for our emails for people who are VIP. Because when you pay for something, you're looking for what's going on. So because of our email deliverability issues, one way we're thinking of recouping our investment on our ad spend is switching that whole $60K to be paid. Now, I may pay $11 for a lead if it's free, but if it's paid, let's say it's a $27 offer, right? I may end up paying $40 for each sale or $30 for each sale. So let's say I end up paying $40 per sale. And let's say I want 1,000 people to pay for a ticket for that, okay? So if that's the case, then in order to get to get 1,000 people registered at $40 a sale, I have to spend $40,000 for 1,000 leads. Whereas now we'll spend $60,000 for 5,000 leads. So if we spend our full budget again of 60, and we spend that budget and we divide that by, let's say we're getting a $40 cost per lead, we'll be able to get 1,500 leads, but that should be a higher caliber lead. And of those 1,500, there's gonna be a percentage. It's probably gonna be like, let's say 20% of them, so 300 will go for the $97 offer. So that's another 29,000 that we've made on that. Then let's say we get another 2% of those people to go for the platinum offer. So now we got 20 people that were doing the 39,000. I think it may end up being profitable. It could even be profitable on the front end because of how many upsells we do have. So that's something to think about. So I'm thinking about doing that, and I'm going to talk to my consultants and team that I work with just to see if that makes the most sense. But if we could do a free event and get 1,000 people to pay for a free event, I don't really see any downside to doing that. And now I just would have to consider, would I do the offer the same way? Or would that be the month that we really raise the price of this academy? And it just might be. It might be the month that we raise the price. Like, so people better get in now, because I already told everybody the prices went up. They don't be believing me for real. So, and the price has already gone up like 3 or 4 times, because we get more results, more value, better caliber people, and better caliber experts, people who are more serious about it. And when I say caliber, it's not like this person is better than this person. It's more like, when I say caliber, I mean this person will come in and pitch and do the work, and this person is not. You know, the more you pay, the more you pay attention. It's just a rule. It's just a principle. So I'm a pack though, because I done my job. I done worked hard. And it's time for me to go to the conference and hang out, see my friends. I'm speaking tomorrow, and I'm not hoarse. I drank my water. I got in and out. But yeah, this launch will go well. It hasn't hit 3x return on investment yet. I really wanted to. Oh, I just saw more sales come in, so that's a blessing. So, you know.
For everything you sell, you need a vehicle. Sales calls. Challenge. Our event is a vehicle. It's one way you can sell an offer. You're marketing not just for sales, you're also marketing for data. In your portal, it shows you how to have a brand guide. What brand guides do is it ensures that no matter who designs your stuff, it looks the same. I help y'all land 5- and 6-figure contracts, but there comes a point in your business where you are the one giving 5- and 6-figure contracts.
You cannot afford not to come to this event.
You are missing out. There is so much energy at a place like this.
Everything has been epic. I've never been to a training where I've been engaged in literally every session.
This mastermind has truly changed my life.
My mindset has shifted.
It has allowed my business to grow tremendously.
6-figure speaking contracts.
Get in the room. This is unlike any conference that I've ever experienced, and I am a conference junkie, information junkie. I've been to all the things, but I have never been to an event like this.
If you make it from a certain spot, go back higher. Go back further, shoot it again. And if you make it from that spot, then you realize, hold on, this may be too low of a rim.
The hardest thing to be in life is yourself. Why? It's because it's the noise. Too many of us are believing what other people are saying about who we should or should not be.
Hey guys, so I just spoke at TSP for Mastermind Day. It's one of the programs that I'm in to enhance my training and development. And I got to speak on a panel about how best to utilize the program. A lot of people get coaching and don't know how to leverage it. And so that's what I spoke about. And it was great. I've been a part of this community for a while, so I'm excited to show you guys some sneak peeks of what we discussed.
I feel like my vision for my business is shifting. So sometimes I feel like I'm straddling the fence or fracture focus or whatever, when really what I think it is at the core is, no, I actually want to build a different business while could still be making money over here to keep the business going, but I need to be leveraging the mastermind to do something different than I've been doing. So that's my question.
So when I came into the mastermind, I had two businesses that were both active. So both of my companies were doing about $500,000 a year, Mobile General and Speak Your Way to Cash, when I came in. And my rule of thumb with pivoting is I have to do everything that's making my core business successful while doing everything it takes to make this new business successful. But at the time that I was pivoting, I had a very clear vision that the business that I was building, which was Speak Your Way to Cash, would be the main business. So I think that for you, and I know we talked about this when I did the Wednesday Q&A call, sometimes we say, it feels like I'm straddling the fence or whatever, but you're not. If you know you want to build a new business, but you have this other business that's making money, what I did is I hired a full-time lawyer for my law firm. She ran it, closed sales, and she was able to fulfill on all the contracts, while I focused a lot of my personal efforts on building the brand and energy for Speak Your Way to Cash. So in the mastermind, I wasn't talking to them about Mobile General Counsel because I wasn't trying to build that business, because my vision was clear that I'm trying to build Speak Your Way to Cash. So every time I showed up in this space, I asked questions about Speak Your Way to Cash. And then whenever I would, of course, you learn stuff that you can apply, but my focus in the mastermind was Speak Your Way to Cash. And I think that your vision needs to be clear about where you're going, but also your vision needs to be clear about why you bought this. Because if I know I bought this to grow my events, then I'm not unclear about what I'm doing for here. And I also think you're not unclear either, so you should probably stop telling yourself, I'm straddling the fence, I'm unclear, I don't know what I'm gonna do, I think this, I think that. No, you know that you wanna build another business. So now let's build another business and do whatever it takes to keep the other one going, reassign those tasks to someone on your team, but you are clear, Brittany. So don't give yourself more credit than I'm not clear. And I also think women sometimes get to these mics and we're like, well, I'm not really sure. No, I want to make $100 million. I want to do this. This is how I want to feel while I'm doing it. And I'm clear on that. You're not clear on how people are going to accept it, but you're clear on what you want.
Is it Monday?
But I would have stayed at $500,000 if I didn't decide to earn millions of dollars. Because I was very $500,000 is very good money. I mean, let's not pretend like it's not. It's very comfortable. How many of you are like $500,000? Very comfortable. Vacation every year, life's good. I was very comfortable. But seeing all of these people around you who make this money, and then seeing them consistently grow, and then them being good people, that is a big part of it. I will say that if you are here and you're seeing me and Lamar and Coach Alex and Ephraim and Dr. Erica and Brandy and Andy and all of these great entrepreneurs and Joseph and Mia, if you're seeing all this, it's not by mistake. Out of the hundreds of thousands, probably millions of people that have seen Lamar's ads, and then the hundreds of thousands that have registered for stuff, and then the thousands of them that have come to stuff, and then the hundreds and thousands that have come to these events, you decided to take action when none of the other ones did. For you to build a small business? You see him hire all these people for you to not hire no W-2 employees? You see him have this wonderful marriage with his bride and leave a legacy for you to be sad at night? Because you're not doing what you're called to do? You didn't come here to do no electric slide and fan dance. You came here to make history too. You aren't here by mistake. You're around all these confident people to feel insecure. If you aren't confident, I need you to act like it this weekend. And in acting like it over and over again and moving towards, you will become it. Someone told me, Ashley, you speak with such authority. No, I have authority, and when I speak, you hear it. And that authority came from doing the work in the dark from studying and taking advice and listening to people and not being afraid to say what I don't know. So this weekend, get to the mic, and then when you leave, go make as much money as humanly possible. Not because you care so much about money, but because you were destined to do it. We are gonna get back to this good episode in just a second, but I have a question for you. Can I help you build a $25,000 offer, like one that you could sell to small businesses or large businesses alike? And can I do it for free? Because that's exactly what I'm doing at the end of this month at the Your First Corporate Offer Summit. For 2 days, I'm gonna show you on day 1 how to build your corporate offer, and on day 2, how to sell your corporate offer, and it's going to blow your mind. We have had thousands of students sign up for this summit, and they have always gotten value, but I feel like you're VIP if you're watching this episode. So if you get a VIP ticket, I'm gonna hand deliver to you 50 corporate offers and the prices that you can charge for them, so you don't even have to think about whether or not this offer is quote unquote good. Now, we're also gonna give you an opportunity to upgrade to a platinum ticket, which would allow you to get one-on-one coaching from me during the summit. Everyone with a platinum ticket gets at least one-on-one question time with me during the summit. So you get to ask your question, come on Zoom, and I'll coach you live right there. Look, whether you get a free ticket, a VIP ticket with the workbook, or you upgrade from VIP to platinum, you are going to have a great time. And if you want to sell higher tiered offers, this is the summit that you have to attend to. So go to speakyourwaytocashsummit.com and get a ticket to the Your First $25,000 Offer Summit. And I'll see you there. I do have a rule of stopping and talking to everyone. And I think I said that in the session. So now it's like I really have to do it. But I do. I try to talk to everybody, which is really fun, but it's also like, makes it hard to eat. And then I'm on this strict eating plan. This is day 11, I think. Day 11 of chasing the waistline. Oh, I hope this works. Oh, come on. Chris, come
You want me to be in here or no?
You could be in here, but
I don't need to be.
oh, here you go.
You just told me that I was.
I don't remember saying that, but you can be in here if you'd like. Come on.
No.
You are a trip. Because if I don't include you, you'd be like, well, I don't need to be included. And then if I do include you, you'd be like, well, I don't need to say anything. What am I gonna say?
Thank you for taking a few minutes. I'm not going to take up much of your time. I just wanted to speak with people who are going to inspire others at this momentous occasion and at this groundbreaking conference.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Yes, absolutely. So I wanted to talk to you about, you're going to speak, Mrs. Ashley Kirkwood, at the event, and I wanted to find out, first of all, what made you join the organization, and then afterwards, become a speaker to inspire others to do what you have accomplished.
Absolutely. So TSP is basically a business training company for entrepreneurs. And I specifically wanted to work with the organization because they were doing events. And one of the ways that we acquire clients is through events. And Lamar and Ronnie had a lot of experience doing live events. And I went to some of their events and thought that it was really well organized and very well planned. And so I wanted to learn more about the back end of their events to consistently grow the Speak Your Way to Cash events.
Absolutely. If you care to share some of the secrets that you were able to provide some of the clients to exponentially raise their speaking fees so that they weren't feeling like they were taken advantage of anymore.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the average speaking fee as of last year, there was a company called Speaker Flow that put out this data, and they put out the data every year. It's $8,500. And I would tell my clients, hey, how many years of experience do you have? On average, they have anywhere from 10 to 30 years of experience. I'm like, okay, well, that's the average fee. You're not average. Start your negotiation at minimum $15,000 at minimum. Because in the corporate space, you're not gonna just give them your rate and then they're just gonna pay it. Typically, they're gonna negotiate. But if you start the negotiation at $10,000, it's astronomically harder to go up. So I recommend you start the negotiation for a one-time talk between $15,000 and $25,000, and then you can negotiate down if need be. And we would teach them things that they could say on the sales call so that if the rate is too high, they can save the deal, such as, hey, I don't want rate to be the reason we don't start working together. Why don't you go back and see the best you can do? I'll go back and see the best I can do, and let's meet Friday. So just really teaching them how to move the engagement forward, how not to get discouraged when people say no, and then how to prospect. A lot of sales is prospecting. And before I was a lawyer, I worked as a cold caller. So I did 20,000 cold calls. I worked in sales as an intern at Enterprise and a lot of other companies. Cars.com, I was a full-time digital marketing consultant right before going to law school. So most of my experience was in sales and marketing, even before law. So combining what I knew about licensing and the law to what I knew from having a sales and marketing background helped me to counsel them in a way that was based on data, but also was culturally relevant. Like, look, I'm a sister. Do you really want us to be underpaid? You look at all the stuff we've been through in this country. Does that really make sense? And then I started teaching my clients about Black women millionaires from the 1800s. And I would tell them the stories of like Ida B. Wells and how she actually had to write stories on lynching, and she would write it. She wrote her book in different languages back then. So why can we not put out content? Or Mary Ellen Pleasant, whose net worth today would have been $850 million. And she learned sales from working in just a store. But it was a pivotal skill set for her in building her business and her investments and her real estate portfolio. So I would show them, not only can you do this, but it is literally in our blood as Black women in this country to make it work out of no way and do well. And Ida B. Wells was also one of the first women speakers to travel with a nanny while she was on the speaking circuit talking about the abolitionist movement, which a lot of people don't know. So there's a lot of guilt affiliated with just who we are that messes up how we serve and how we sell. And so I had to approach it from a spiritual perspective, from a historical perspective, and then from a scientific perspective to show them you're only going to close 1 to 3% of cold outreach. So if you're only reaching out to 2 people, baby, what's 2% of that? You know? So it's like nothing wrong with you. You're just not doing the effort to get the results you want because you are maybe a little bit ignorant to what it really takes. So I think the way we teach is just so seeped in who we serve, and it helped them to realize, you know what, I can do this. I just didn't know the science behind it. And if women before me have done it, then why couldn't I do it? So just changing what they see day to day and what they hear help them to get more confident. And then of course, the strategies of this is the average price. What about licensing? Where that's basically like selling courses to corporate. You don't even have to show up. Like, you're a mom, you don't want to do all that, that's fine. We work with men as well. We had a poet and we taught him about licensing. He was able during the pandemic to sell licensing agreements where all of the different employees would get different motivational poems from him every day, and a company would pay him for it. We had a client who did over $1 million in licensing deals because she helped people sell, like she ran an organization for parents, Black parents of autistic kids, and major Fortune 100 companies were licensing her training for that. So just making them aware of all the opportunities and then structuring their offers to speak the language of corporate while staying true to what they really want to do.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for this very edifying and educational interview.
Yeah, we're excited. It's fun. And I speak Saturday morning at 9 a.m. So if you're here, let me know. That'd be cool.
Yes, I will be there on Saturday. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
All right, take care.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That was cool. So I spoke today at TSP Live.
See, some of y'all don't understand. There's people in this room helping you get your mind set up. But if you're not emotionally ready, you'll think they're being rude. They're trying to save your life. Say, we are the ones. We're done waiting. We don't quit. And we're coming for what's ours.
Aw, you're the love of my life.
Yeah. Energy high, excuses low. Energy high, excuses low. Energy high, excuses low. Energy high, excuses low. I need energy, need only good people that's around me. All the faith you can give, that's the recipe.